these days.
And I mean, it's a whole new, remember, we came into this saying Astralis still has to answer a lot of questions on what this team is going to be like, and obviously the first map was great on Inferno. Now we've seen him pick Mirage again. Last time it was flat. That was against a strong Vitality team. Now we got to see if they can do it here. Said they like it in the interview between maps, said they're ready for this map. Uzi in the window. Spots one jump across, goes for a delayed peek, and eats a Glock bullet for his troubles.
Molotov misses. I don't think it's actually going to punish them because no one is hanging around there, but it could have been a bit dangerous. S-Tag looking over the smoke on the ticket move. That's Fozy with the opening kill of Mirage to take down Config. But a quick return. S-Tag will drop. It's lucky. One of the two heroes really off Inferno, the other one being BlameF, who got one of those rare 6Ks in a round. Don't see that all the time. Bomb has been planted, and Astralis in a good position right now. And they retake this. There is no kit currently picked up on the NIP side, so they're going to have to be quick with it. Another headshot. Lucky, putting in a lot of work. Finally going to get down, and Rez, haven't heard a lot from him in this game so far, but he's just picked up a double. Flopsky's there for another headshot, and Sip, yeah, you have to back on out. You have to make yourself hard to find. They picked up the kit, but Sip, that was Flopsky carrying it. That's a disaster, and that's probably going to lose him the round.
No, he's got it. He's got it. He is plenty of time. Ooh, but yeah, it was going to get down there. It was going to start getting down there. Zip just barely misses out on it.
I really need to see a replay of where that kit went. I actually thought he had to run way further away to pick it up. I wondered how that kit must have landed in the most fortunate position possible, because if he doesn't have that, I actually thought he had to go further back to Tetris to pick it up.
That shot on the glaive. That's the one. Yeah, where does this fall?
Oh, that'd be so interesting to find out.
Regardless, I mean, what a great retake from NIP. Benefited, I think, that kill on the glaive is the one that really allowed that retake to be doable, to make that round believable. 1-0, NIP have the pistol, so something positive for him. Campus has pushed underpass. There's no one from Astralis at top mid to block him in. So he's actually pretty safe, despite the positioning looking a little weird.
Yeah, not a comfortable position to be in, but as long as you're not getting shot in the feet, I guess it's fine. Wow, and I mean, obviously they got beat up badly on Inferno, but they woke up at the towards the end of it. So if they can carry that into this map, then maybe there is a way. And obviously winning the pistol round like that's a very, very tricky retake. They made that look not easy, but they definitely did a good job, and it looked like they should have lost that round very early on.
Yeah. The CT side of Inferno was looking strong, as you said. Right into Config, aiming just over the head. That's going to put Lucky into play most likely. Though he's being passive as well. These Deagles not finding anything just yet. There's BlameF with one. That's the player in window room. Lucky goes down. Good shot from Rez. 3 players remaining for Astralis. They have control of mid. Zip is going to fall back from B hulls to pick up the bomb. And BlameF with his M4. He's got a helmet and armor as well. He could actually just be a tank that opens up this site. It's only Rez here.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he made just enough noise stepping there that I think S-Tag heard it and probably communicated that to Rez, so they should know what's coming, and he's going to pick up a double. Really good work on Rez here, and a good way to stabilize the round for NIP. You don't... Oh, out of bullets, but that's what friends are for, I suppose. Second round goes to NIP, and that's going to be a little bit of a relaxing moment. Now, here we go. We actually have the replay because we have just the best replay operators in the world here at Blast. So let's see. That's the kid. Look, it actually rolls forward into him.
He didn't even realize he picked it up.
Nope.
He's just like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take it. And back to the bomb he goes.
That is crazy, because if that somehow goes the other way, or if it goes into Sandwich, so he has to sort of walk back around the corner, that could easily be the extra second and a half that he just doesn't have at that moment. Wow.
Yeah, that could have been the difference maker. Small margins. Zip picking up the pressure. Oh, jumping out as well. Klopsky never had a chance. Spending too much time on utility, but Zip's not able to get the follow-up entrance, but that's going to give space over to Lucky, and that one's easy. Knew exactly where Hampus was, knew he was already injured as well. Config taken down through the smoke, and actually, that puts this in a 3-on-3 and retakeable.
What is he doing? Oh my god, he actually makes it work. He ran into the Molotov that was still burning. Taking the pain, tanking the Molotov, essentially, and still winning the fight. That is some unbelievable play from Fozy. Again, he's not got that much experience, but he made that work. He saw the timing, and he did not hesitate. Now they're going to tap the bomb. Headshot from Rez to take down BlameF, and it's another double kill here for Rez. Absolutely spectacular work And NIP will find a third round to start off Mirage with.
That's 2 rounds now in these first 3 that I think Astralis in the back of their heads are going to be saying, we've let these rounds slip away. Yeah, what a heroic effort here to come into the Molotovs, take the damage, and still stand tall for the fight. Good cleanup from Rez. And this would be cool if we had Rez kind of activated in this game. On Inferno, we obviously have the star player of Astralis Config deliver a great showing to get them a dominant victory. If you have Rez here delivering that kind of a performance for NIP, then all of a sudden we've got a series on our hands.
Yeah, quick cameo from Device, who is probably needed on, on this NIP side, even if Fozzy's playing really well. But I could just be making this up, but I have a feeling that Rez also kind of needs Device as that veteran player that he can also lean up against. It feels like they have some sort of friendship going. I feel like there's something missing there. Although right now, Rez is 8-0, so keep that up, keep that going. Hopefully, didn't just curse him, although he will keep spraying, and it's a good. Oh, blame it again, stealing kills. What is wrong with him?
Yo, BlameF is so cold-blooded. He is going to kill everyone in his path if he has to do it. Even his teammates.
Yeah, some real savagery going on here. Once he's swinging that sword, you just want to be out the way.
Yeah, move.
Okay, but it's NIP winning the round anyway. 5 rounds in now, and Astralis yet to pick anything up. Config and Glaive both have 0 kills.
Yet to pick anything up, but they've had 2 rounds of great advantages. In the B-bomb site once, the pissed around over at A, and I mean, it's just been ripped out of their hands. Some good shooting by Rez in both of those retakes. So, doesn't have to be too worrying for Astralis just yet. Config and Glaive with mid-control. Lucky far back in Palace, and look at this push. Esatag and Rez right out of the gates. This is such a fast timing. Lucky might just walk around this corner with his knife out. You won't expect it to be this quick.
Oh, well, look at that. Some actual police work. How there's sort of like one covering one side, the other. It's actually really well done. Config on the board now. First kill of the map for him as he takes down Hampus. And that's a worthy trade. They're going to be fine with it. Losing Lucky sucks a little bit, but...
And that also gives you the information he's boosted up, so you know there was a second player towards Catwalk. Klopski's going to back away deeper towards the site as Fuzi and Esatag rotate over. Rez is going to get more passive, so NIP have transitioned into a very, very passive defense that's going to be retake heavy on the A bomb site. There goes Rez. He's picked off, trying to find information, taking a big risk on the top of Ticket Booth, and Klopski and Fuzi, it looked like we're sinking deeper into the B bomb site, so I don't even know if NIP is going to want to go for this unless Esatag can provide something, and indeed he will.
Yeah. Oh, more than just a little bit of something there. Double for him. That's way more than I was expecting. Actually, I agree. I thought they were going to back off and sit, because when you're up 4-0, it's actually not a bad idea to save some of the guns here, but Esatag showing up at the perfect time. BlameF is nearly dead. That was Plopsky spamming from the middle. They're so low on health. There should be absolutely no way to win this round if you're on the Astralis side. 2 versus 3 is one thing, but they have smokes and grenades on the other side. They have plenty of time. They have a defuse kit. They have planted slightly for the middle. And the fact that Glaive is rotating in, this is a classic endgame strategy for Mirage, something that we've seen very often in the past. And there's the lineup, but they give it away a little bit early. Now they know where to defuse from. They know where they have to cover. Oh, it's not enough. Glaive with a headshot to take down Fozy. Plopsky will get another one, but BlameF is still alive, and they have to run. They can't win it. Astralis will steal it back in basically a lost round, and that is so cool. Yeah, what a good post plant from Glaive and even BlameF. He having the security of getting towards jungle, but what a tough round to win. Nice little push that nets you an opening kill. Astralis still able to claw it back, even with this performance from Esatag, because I think if Esatag goes down, or even if he just goes 1-for-1 there, it might actually still be a save call for the 2 players that are still in the B bomb site. Yeah. Brilliant win for Astralis. Probably the unlikeliest win of all the 3 rounds they've had those post plants, but we'll take it. Yeah, that seemed like they should have lost that a while ago. And the bomb was not, I mean, normally when you go for that mid play, you actually plant the bomb a little bit further into the bomb site and not that deep towards default, but it worked anyway. I thought we were going to live in a world where BlameF actually was going to rotate all the way through CT spawn. You kind of saw Astralis had to get a bit creative in the post plan with 2 players down very, very low, around 30 HP. It's only Glaive that was needed, the 1 kill on the diffuser. That's well done. So this time it's Esatag pushed up in a ramp. He's got information. He's got a very, very powerful position to spot shadows and have a jump on the initial contact. Double up on the NIP side. Esatag here. Very close. Shadow showing, but he gets baited out, and now it's awkward. He has to go be the aggressor, and he's going to end up going down. A little bit quick on the trigger, perhaps, but it's hard to know when to actually do it, because if you wait too long, you could get pop flashed as well, and then you're going to be dead no matter what. So Rez will fall next. He's had a couple of rounds. Since we called him out for that 8-0, he's fallen a couple of times in the A-bomb side. Fozy will hit the shot on Config, and it's a 4-on-3 with 40 seconds left.
Oh, here we go. Glaive dropping the bomb, and he's going to be the scout leading the way into the B bomb site. He's already out. He's already on the ground. Zip's going to follow it up with the bomb in support. Plopsky's going to try and rotate underneath and flank, and they've just got to be very careful of this AWP on Hampus. Now, the double op setup is in play for this retake. If they go for it and lose, we all know what that means. Very expensive when those two guns hit the deck.
Say definitely doesn't feel like this is worth it at all. Yeah, now it's time to pull the plug.
But Fuzi's actually blocked in on Catwalk. He's got lucky at top mid, and there's that kill. There goes the AWP, and if Astralis, if they read this, they know there's going to be another op probably in market that was lining up to get ready to go for it.
Yeah, they're close by. Glaive could maybe catch him here. Hampers, oh, no scope not connecting. He's going to have maybe one more shot at it here, but then it's going to be too late. And yeah, they're waiting. They're pulling everyone in. Lucky's coming in from the window as well. So Hampers, I don't think he's going to keep this AWP no matter what now. They have found a way to get him, and that is really well played. Glaive giving his life for the cause, but it is absolutely worth it. Astralis will find a second round, and NIP lose everything.
Yeah, that's so much money. That actually prevents a buy in this round. That's a tag. Really frustrated he didn't get that kill clean and probably tried to force the issue a bit much. Punished for it. And a good call from Astralis rotating back to the B bomb site and getting in with the quickness. Timeout called by NIP as they want to talk things over. They are going to reinvest. They are going to buy in this.
Crazy that they actually are able to. I thought they would have been a little bit too low.
Well, able to is kind of a, I don't know.
Flexible term.
Yeah, I was going to say, they have two M4s. They have a Scout, a FAMAS, and a Deagle. So yeah, we've seen buys like this work, obviously, but a little bit of a disadvantage for the Ninjas in round number 7.
7th round, yeah. Almost able to hear a little bit there. Always curious. Those mic'd up moments are... they do change the broadcasting game a little bit, don't they?
Yeah.
Good to be able to get a sense for what's actually going on these teams. 7th round is coming up. I think Estac's been learning Swedish, right? Like, he's almost fluent in it now. I feel like he's quick study. Quick trade. Swedish won't help him stop the bullets. It's not some sort of magic language, Jason, even though it sounds like it.
It does sound kind of cool sometimes.
Could be Elvish in a different world.
Yeah.
Different kind of Lord of the Rings. But not this world.
Not this world. Not this one. Bring in Grant. Grant.
Lucky is tagged up, so he's been thrown over the AWP. Sensible choice, in my opinion. Slowed down a lot, this one, on the Astralis side. Still a minute left on the clock. Fozy's been checking out what's happening up at the A apartments. They're gravitating towards B. Taking a bit of a risk, maybe, NIP.
And, I mean, this is also a different pace from Astralis, right? And you know it's kind of a weaker buy from the NIP side of things. So changing the pace like this, making them feel the pressure just a little bit. Previously, it's been pretty quick mid-control. You could see Hampus is getting a little bit antsy inside the window. Gonna peek out, and he's caught. And that's gonna be frustrating. No indication of what's happening on the map, and Hampus just picks the wrong timing. Smoke in window, smoke on catwalk.
Very patient here for Astralis. I mean, and they get rewarded for that patience as well. 25 seconds, and they actually go through the smoke in towards the bomb site where NIP are just leaving it. Plopsky, he has got no idea. He is in so much trouble in this site, and he's going to get traded. Well worth it from Astralis' point of view. 2 versus 3 now. And again, they don't really have the money to lose these rifles. NIP, as painful as it is, they might have to save it.
That's a nice calculated risk from Astralis. You smoke window, you smoke catwalk, and that gives the indication over to NIP that likely you're going to be going up connector towards the A bomb site. Instead, throw the curveball right through the smoke on cat and attack B. Klopsky's fortunate to even get one. A different timing there, maybe 1 second quicker, and Glaive, I think, just finds a free blindside kill.
Dink as well unlucky there. When you look at the time here, 40 seconds. Yeah. They've been slow playing it for like at least 20 seconds and around. I feel like it sometimes can be a bit awkward when you call for those slow plays, because in this moment they got the reward by the kill on Hampus in the window. But if they don't get that, you're just wasting your own time. So it's like the longer that slow play gets drawn out, the more you feel like, okay, eventually we're really going to have to pull the trigger on that one. So actually, It doesn't seem like it's that hard on Astralis to spend that much time walking around, but I bet it is a little bit stressful on the team, right? You're like, come on, like eventually we're gonna have to move, you know?
Yep.
But they got the reward for it, so well played.
They got everything they wanted that whole round, even the play to go up catwalk through their own smoke. One player had already rotated out of B. Plopsky, as we saw, was cheating towards market. He was ready to rotate. Half of his brain was on rotating to the A bomb site. Glaive gonna start peeking in with the AWP. Again, a good read of the low economy situation. Give your offer some time to peek up, relatively low risk. And the rest of the team on the other side of the map. Config and Blame F with mid control slowly creeping. Rez is an X factor though at this position.
Be good. We haven't heard from him for a couple of rounds. He's really been shut down in that A bomb site. So now down in the other. Oh, what a great reaction from Blame F. How does he even do that? He is such a beast once again. Hampus will take down Lucky though, but immediate return from Config. Third kill for him. He's had a bit of a slow start here to Mirage, but still a dangerous player. S-Tag, don't know if he can pick up a rifle somewhere, but he's on his own.
Yeah, that'd be the only winning scenario for S-Tag if he's able to get an M4 and AK-47 and just bail out. Not likely to happen.
Astralis, they're right back in this opening game here. It's looking like NIP were making a bit of a statement off that Inferno loss, but 4-4, tying it all up. Pretty good job right now for Astralis.
Yeah, both teams opening up with 4-round runs. Kill from Config here. This is an even better kill from Blame F. I think Rez was the only player in a position to really swing this round in NIP's favor. Could have been deadly, could have been dangerous. Round number 9 underway. Full buy for both teams. Op out in the hands of Fuzi, op out in the hands of Glaive still.
Double push towards the A ramp here on the CT side. Lucky is able to pick up one. Rez is there for the follow-up, so probably not fully worth it for NIP, but still an important refrag there. And now, bomb is being carried back actually. Config's holding the middle.
Rez is being aggressive as well towards A.
Oh, yeah.
He gets that kill, he gets that trade on ramp, and now he's transitioned over to Palace, and he's pushing all the way through. He's just cleared it out. So Config's going to chill here, hoping that Hampus takes a peek. And all the meanwhile, Rez is creeping up closer, trying to find his timing, waiting for some indication on the map of what's happening, so then he can choose to move forward or back off from there.
Smoking off the window now in the middle. Again, they are using Rez as the forward point of contact and started to gravitate everyone to the B-bomb site. So NIP right now look like they're making a really good call. They have the right idea. They just need a bit of a shutdown. Nice nade on Glaive. Make things even more awkward. Only 40 seconds. Astralis need to come up with some miracle turnaround to run back to the A-bomb site, or they're going to be walking into a stack. Fozi's there. The bomb is now committed to this position. They can't really pick it up and run back now. There's only 30 seconds left, and it just takes too long. Sip with a headshot there, taking down Hampus, and NIP is still on the bomb site, but Config with a headshot to take down Plopsky. Oh no, they had everyone here, NIP, and still, it's slow played by Astralis. Slow and painful for NIP. Fozi goes down, and Astralis just creeping slowly onto the site and winning every single fight.
Fucking nice, man. Fucking Vicky.
Yeah, they really are. This change of pace too, not just in the main portion, the meaty portion of the round, but even attacking into that B bomb site, just slowly creeping in quietly. Tough to deal with. This kill, oh, Hampus wishes he could have that one back. Good find from Zip. This is a great kill from Config coming up catwalk. Astralis was slow playing that to buy Config time to get put into play and activated. They thought he was going to be the one to provide the opening, but it was Zip from the halls. 5-4, now 5 straight for Astralis and a 1-round lead.
That almost is like the kind of execute onto a site that you would see out of a team like Gambit or something, where it's like, you know, you feel like the fight's happening, but it's not really, and then it's, you're still, oh, they're kind of like creeping onto the site, and it's frustrating to play against, right? Because at least when they show up, you kind of, you want to say, all right, well now chaos is here, you know, let's go.
Well, and remember as well, I mean, this has been a shift in kind of pace and speed from Astralis that's gone on for, what, 3 rounds now? So, I mean, their opening to this game was a little bit more energetic, a little bit more aggressive. Now that they've kind of chilled out a little bit, if you're NIP, like, you've seen them walking all across the map, so you don't actually know when you get that pick necessarily against Glaive how many there are there. 5-4. And back to pistols for NIP. Light armor picked up. here we go. This is one of the aggressive rounds. Lucky is dropped early on again. That's a double push in towards Palace. Nice find for him, NIP.
Especially because now they have the AK up there, so if Astralis wanted to speed this up and go up, Config actually still going to be going on his own. Blamef taking down Popsky, so Astralis look like they're dealing with this just fine. Config's finally going to get found there. S-Tag had walked up behind him with the Deagle.
And he heard both Deagles shoot. So, that's going to give B-Bomb side over to Astralis, nice and easy. But S-Tag and Rez, I think there's 2 AKs they can pick up and salvage. Yeah. Save these guns. Save the guns, save the armor, save whatever nades you've picked up, and move that forward into the next round. It's going to be a 2-round lead for Astralis, though.
You know that accidental run boost you could do running out of the CT spawn on Inferno when you're running towards the B-bomb side?
I do.
You could do the same thing here because of the stairs towards, if you're running towards the B hallways here. What if a team spent like half a day practicing that? You'd be in the middle pretty quick.
Okay.
Small investment of time.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Every time like first guy spawns, he just goes in.
So you've moved from like the I enjoy watching run boosts in scenarios where it's an absolutely desperation move to now we should all be practicing run boosts.
Let's make it the core of
like the core of the strategy.
Yeah, the core of the team is like we're no longer hiring Counter-Strike players, we're hiring acrobats to try and play.
Right, let's bring in pub masters, make a team.
I don't think anyone would object to that, to be honest. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a minute.
Bring back the Apache
A
helicopter.
good minute. 6-4.
11th round. It's just a thought, Jason.
Yeah, I know. I think it just needs some more time in the oven. It's got to percolate a bit longer.
Yeah. Oh, out the middle. Great flashbang to set it up. S-Tag on the assist on that one. Rez, finger on the trigger to take him down. 4 versus 4 now. As they keep trading. Oh, could we have a break now? They'll just keep going at it. S-Tag, he's going to be responsible for another kill there, but so will Glaive. Wow. That's what, like 20 seconds of straight trading, and we're into a 2-on-2.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we touched on this obviously a couple times. Just the different paces that Astralis is bringing out can make this very difficult to read for NIP. And obviously, they start out the round well, but so does Astralis. We still have 1 minute and 10 seconds in this 2-on-2.
And again, I mean, I don't know if they slow it down. It's actually also very hard on the CT side because if you have to spend 30 seconds just holding an angle and no one shows up, that's where you can really doubt yourself a lot more.
Now, the question is, can you be slow and patient and take the risks as you come in silently to make sure that you clear out all these positions? Because you don't want to use utility in this scenario. Glaive, yeah, not going to. That's a tough one to clear out. All the different angles Glaive has to consider and look at. Now, Blamef has no HP. S-Tag's going to get it, and he'll be able to pick up the AWP for his teammate. 5th round, NIP finally stopped the run at 6.
Yelling at his countrymen on the other side, S-Tag. I appreciate that.
What'd he say?
I actually didn't hear it. It was too much going on. But there's a quad kill at the end for S-Tag.
Yeah. Very good round. Good job handling the Palace play. That could be very difficult inside of the bomb site from that angle.
And the fact, because if he goes all the way...
See, that's not a real word.
What do you got, basically?
That's not... Okay.
Basically yelling, what do you got?
Well, that's the man whose apparently middle name is Chaos.
Mr. K. Yeah, I'm still not seeing it.
I have a friend whose middle name really is Danger. That's pretty sweet.
He doesn't have a gamer career?
No, he's just a normal human being outside of the middle name. Ooh, Blamef wants that fight. He loves that fight. He's gonna get it. Sprays down, handles the recoil into a headshot. No, Config is precise. Rez goes down, and this is the tough part. Config is now just standing tall in the middle of the map and saying, challenge me. S-Tag and Fozy here. How do you win this war? He still wins it. That's so weird. Oh, actually, there was a moment. Glaive almost got caught with the bomb in T-spawn. There's time for S-Tag to get back involved in this round if they're feeling frisky and they want to go for this.
Well, also because if you go on this flank from the hallways and it's like 20 seconds delayed, they're going to be checking, but if you're there pretty close to the bomb plant, they probably won't expect it, so...
Problem is, S-Tag can't run at all. He has no idea if they're in middle, they could have been on catwalk, he has no clue where his footsteps can be heard, so he has to slow play. Blamef is already in position to watch this, Config is pushed up to market, and Glaive has an op on catwalk. There's no holes in this post plant.
Oh, that's annoying. That would have been so funny if he could have beat the timing, but you're right, he just really can't do it. So... how many times did your friend have to try that as a pickup line, my middle name is Danger, before he decided it's not worth it, it's not going to work?
It worked a couple times.
Danger. All right, good on him.
I mean, it's such a, you know, I don't know, weirdly cliche, but not really cliche middle name that, you know, it's gonna get some attention. He had business cards, so I think is why it worked.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's... I wonder where there's got to be some etymology behind it, where that comes from.
This is like a previous generation thing, handing out, you know, fake business cards of yourself at a bar with the middle name of Danger.
People don't do that anymore, I guess.
No, it's a lost art, really.
7-5. In spite of the comedy of that no scope, still a round for Astralis. Still, I mean, again, they started 4-0 in favor of NIP, and now we're up to 7-5. So Astralis are making a pretty swift comeback here. And NIP, they really need to win the rest of the rounds here. Double Orb is back in style for NIP. Popsky worried about a Molotov, listening for it. Not even gonna wait. I'm tired of waiting.
A lot of utility out, but no one actually progressing from Astralis in middle. It's just Zip is the closest one in underpass. The rest of the team is backed off towards T-spawn.
You know that whole too many chefs in the kitchen saying? It is kind of outrageous that they had both Blamef and Glaive on the same team, but right now, they're actually making incredible calls in the middle of these rounds. So I don't know if both of them are pitching in, or if they just have like so many good ideas to choose from, but it doesn't seem like it's spoiling the setup right now for Astralis. It seems like they are actually pulling out some amazing calls.
I mean, as long as you kind of like work it out within the team, it's not too much of an issue. The biggest benefit that it's going to provide is it's, you know, each team, you need multiple players who can take control of a situation and dictate, you know, what you see in that moment from your view, and how you can get your teammates to help you achieve your goal that you see as a possibility. And just having another in-game leader, or someone who just is willing to be vocal, is huge. Config leading the way. Molotov is down, but Rez is not cleared out. Burning just a little bit, only the one kill. Traded by Blamef, and now the hit can progress forward.
Hard position for Rez to play right there. I mean, the fact that he got a kill is actually pretty good. Klopsky's pushing through. He was aware. Great read from him to try and get that transfer. Only 20 seconds on the clock here. So in the 2-on-3, if they can slow that bomb down one more time, maybe find the kill here. They're trying for it. There it is. On the ground again. And now time is running out for Astralis. 10 seconds on the clock here. NIP, they need this round desperately. They've taken down Lucky Sip. Throws down the Molotov, goes straight for the bomb plant, but they're going to take him down, jumping on top of the ticket booth to avoid the flames. And NIP, they pick up finally a 6th round here.
Listen, I don't enjoy criticizing the man with Glaive. That peek is unnecessary when you have the bomb in the middle of the bomb. So you have your teammates in position to cover you, in position for the post plant, and he went for that one extra peek to try and pick one player off with the op. This one right here, that's not necessary. Get the bomb down. And unfortunately, it forces his teammates to have to get aggressive and make a play into the crosshairs of their opponents. 7-6. NIP clawing back with 2 straight. Or, excuse me, 2 of the last 3, not 2 straight.
Still, pretty good, all things considered. And if they can get up to sort of an 8-7 scoreline, I think they can breathe a little bit more easy. Again, they're kind of under the shadow of the fact that they had that 4-0 start. That always just makes you feel like we should be way more ahead. So at least have a bit of resurgence at the end here, and it's actually totally doable, right? If they win this next round, Astralis are going to be out of cash, and then they can probably do a good job and get to that 8-7 scoreline. I think that's got to be the goal right now.
What a wild run for Astralis to just take control of this game. 6-0, right in the middle of the half.
Yeah. Hard for NIP to deal with, and it showed in the economy, right? They had a couple of rounds there where they didn't really have much to fight with. So
yeah, a couple of rounds where they're just forced to save and couldn't even go for a retake. However, you're right, they're still within striking distance of an advantage going into the second half. 7-6, round number 14. Config gonna swing quick towards top mid boxes. Glaive is gonna be here in support as well, and a pretty standard default setup for Astralis.
Ozzy. Normally you are going to be Molotoved out in this position. Sets up for a bit of a one-way. But yeah, that control for a while. Unusual.
Astralis has opened this round pretty economical in terms of their utility. 5 Molotovs still in play, 4 smokes still in play. Just using flashbangs to get out and get some map control in mid.
Wonder if they have... There are some precision on this map, especially the A-bomb site, right? A lot of corners to Molotov out.
You want to talk about why changing the pace is so uncomfortable at times is remember previously when we saw Astralis kind of have one of these slow-paced rounds, they were just kind of like silently crouching, walking down middle to take an engagement.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing now, but they're sitting so far back. So if you're an IP and you're like, okay, maybe they're doing the same thing again. Someone pop flash peek me into this angle.
Yeah.
Then you just have Astralis players waiting. Now moving up, 45 seconds on the clock, progressing again slowly. No utility has been used for Astralis. But they're going to run out of time, and they're still very far away from a bomb site.
They try to wrap B again. Hampus does have a Molotov to slow them down, so I mean, that could be really interesting. 27 seconds.
They've left the bomb at top mid. I think this round's over.
It really feels like it.
They might just want to save.
Astralis, but it's a 14th round. Do you really want to do that? I can't believe it. This is so weird. Hampus coming in with a couple of kills, but you said it. The round over at 20 seconds. Bomb drop. What just happened?
Yeah, you want to talk about some ideas and tactics, needing some more time in the oven. I think Astralis might want to theory board that one again a couple times before busting it out again. Yeah, that was
Just
odd.
a bit.
That was a bit of a head scratcher. Yanko mentioned on the desk as well, like, you know, some plans and some things are just well thought out and planned out well, and sometimes the execution is just lacking and you look a little bit silly. This could be one of those.
Yeah. It's like they were waiting for a trigger that never came.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh.
Some indication.
Yeah, like...
I mean, it was like a minute of just chilling and then dump everything you got and push.
Maybe that's it was a relaxing round in many ways, yeah. That's true. Here we go. Tech9's Mac 10s straight to the B bomb site instead of the classic. If they get slowed down, it could be ugly, but Config's already down and out. Shooting the gun into the thin air, but finally finding Hampus. Gonna be able to take him down. Klopsky is surely dead, and it's a 5 versus 3. Return to the pace changing again, slow into absolutely lightning speed into the bomb site. I don't know what they could do, but it's a 15th round NIP, so they are gonna have to go for this retake.
Near impossible. S-Tag backing off. Plenty of utility to use, but how do you get in? So many eyes, so many weapons trained on these choke points. I don't even think there's a way to get started. Nades coming out, no effect whatsoever. Lucky off angle, he's got Rez jumping out of the window, and this is easy. It's a slaughter. Just one player left alive. Yeah, go for it.
That's what you really want here. Lucky gonna get the job done with the AK, and Astralis finish 8-7 at the end of the first half here. We'll see if they can continue. Second half is coming right up.
I think we did well in the last fall finals, and not the result we wanted, but I think it's acceptable with the least amount of practice we've had.
We kind of like see it as a chance to like build some relationships with each other and of course get some good gameplay already, but I think it's more that's like the important part for us to get all like the groundwork done this year, and then next year like really focus on the results. I think
we have managed to get some fundamentals in place and got off to a great start, so I think we are not where we want to be, but at least it's going great, and I'm just looking forward to 2022, but obviously also this time.
The end goal for the team is of course the result. Like we want to be one of the best teams in the world, and we want to compete for championships and compete for trophies. So that's like hopefully the goal in 2022, and it might not be the first couple of months, but it is definitely something that we're gonna like aim for in 2022 at some point.
We have managed to get some fundamentals in place, and we are still experimenting.
For now, probably just need some time to play together and figure each other out, and when we have the time, then it's of course to see like is everything fitting together, is the roles okay, and obviously like we already have been trying out some new roles, some of the people with like switching the orb around and all that.
I think Lucky has done really well on the rifle, and I think he managed to learn this quite easily and on short time. So yeah, he's doing well in his role. So.
There's still a little life. Flame F in from the heavens.
I think my role change in this team was the biggest, in the sense that I was IGLing before. Now I'm not IGLing, so I have to get more comfortable doing what someone else tells me to do. But yeah, I think we have some good pieces in this team. We're like playing the best IGL of all time, and we have, you know, some great rifles as well. And
well, Config brings a lot of mechanical skill, and a really hard work ethic. If he hits the right day, he's the best rifle player there is. I think we had the surprise factor in last fall finals. People didn't know what to expect, and strats and positions. In this tournament we'll have new things and have a surprise factor again.
I think we have what it takes in this lineup to be one of the best.
Honestly, I think going into next year, where we have a lot more practice and more routines in the team and stuff, it will help us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next year as well, but let's finish out this year in style.
Suddenly playing with a lot of style right now, are they, Astralis? Actually, a lot of different styles mixed into one team, and it's netted them 8 rounds in the first half. What a great job.
Throw a lot of ingredients into the pot. They got to figure out how to make it into a delicious stew.
Yeah, that's... that's what we're going to
And I'm out. Do I get paid yet?
Soon. Just soon. Maybe sooner rather than later if Astralis keep up at this pace. They're looking well on track to try and take this. It's going to be a quick execute towards the A-bomb site. But Config, if you blinds Plopsky, it's going to get awkward. But it's the other way around. Important kill. Blamer for the headshot to take down Hampers. And second half is officially live here. 4 on 4. Lucky hiding on the site. They don't know. I don't think they realize yet. Oh, this could be dangerous. Glaive is going to get absolutely clotheslined. But Lucky's still there. Plopsky still surviving and still winning fights over at the B-bomb site. And they're going to bring the bomb over here. What an awkward pistol round.
I was going to just say, this pistol round sucks if you're Astralis, because this has just been a bunch of like weird lurking battles that you have to find. Good shot from Blame F, and does he have one more miraculous clutch in him?
Surely there is no way. Is he just running to pick up some stuff here? Is there a kit that we don't know about? Or just hiding? Alright.
He's just chilling.
Just relaxing. Yeah, that was a very weird round in many ways. But well played. I mean, Plopsky beating Config to begin with is probably pretty tricky because you're not really thinking in that moment that you're going to be you're waiting for the people over at the A-bomb side to really start to make some noise, right? But then not only that, he takes down Sip as well in the market and clears the whole bomb site. Well done.
I mean, it's an important play too, because I mean, look, the way the strats, you know, kind of thought out if it goes perfectly is, yeah, you don't have that kind of responsibility, but at a certain point you got to get put into play if your teammates aren't getting the job done. If they're falling on the other side of the map, you no longer have that kind of, that fake or that presence to pull the defense away. You got to go do it yourself. So good on Plopsky for stepping up to the plate and taking initiative. All tied up at 8. That is both pistols going to NIP here on Mirage, so if you're a Swede looking for them to take you into map number 3, that's kind of the first step. First and second, I guess it would be.
Yeah, I mean, it all counts, right? I am left with this feeling that NIP winning this map just feels hopeless right now, but obviously looking at the scoreline doesn't really seem that way. It just feels like Astralis are so much more focused at the moment. Maybe that's what's kind of carrying me away.
Yeah, I mean, look, NIP clawed back into that first half pretty well, scraping together a couple of rounds at the end of the half to keep this close and keep this within striking distance. So look, we're still going to see Astralis, as we kind of mentioned before this series, a lot of great names on this team, a lot of teams with a lot of power, a lot of players with a lot of power, a lot of players with a little bit of a history and legacy to them, but they still have to prove that this lineup is going to be dangerous, and they still have to prove that their Mirage with this lineup can be dangerous.
Well, speaking of danger, Hampers managed to sneak into the window. Not even sure that they necessarily need this kind of a play, but I mean, he's finding everything. Well, unfortunately, he is actually kind of going the wrong way. Would have been way cooler if he could have sort of backstabbed the V-bomb site. A lot of bullets, not getting the kill yet in the back. Finally, Blamer falls, and Plopsky is going to go down. Rez, adding a little bit to his scoreline.
The weirdest thing about it is you'd imagine if the in-game leader is just going to walk through CT spawn and clear A, he would have called the team back. There was like a minute to do it, or at least say, hey, wait, you know, I'm in CT spawn. I'm going to wrap around and see what we've got on the other side of the map. But you're exactly right. They didn't even really need to get that creative. Could have just brute forced it.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. I mean, it was a 1 versus 2 at the end, so probably lost a couple of more players than they needed to. But alright, they win the round. Now they're up against the M4s.
Yeah, now we get to see what kind of Astralis we're going to have on the CT side. What kind of a defense they're going to be able to mount. Lucky at the A-bomb site. Blame F and Glaive working in tandem in middle, and Blame F is going to drop to underpass. Here we go. Just a very fast timing. Surely they're going to go through this. All 5 players are here lined up. They're going through this smoke all day.
Yeah, they have to. They don't really have a choice, do they? Crashing onto the A-bomb site is NIP. Lucky with the defense. They lined up. How did they not find him finally? But it might have been way too late. They needed to trade that kill instantly. They knew where he was, but Flashbang, I think, on top of them also really screwed it up. S-Tag and Hampers left 2 on 4. And deep breath right now for Astralis. You don't really need to run under the site right now. Wait and see if they're going to try and go for the bomb plant.
Yeah, not just the round, but the economy. Preserving the money, preserving these M4s is huge for Astralis. As the tag is waiting, nade tossed over, and with the confusion, with the chaos, they push S-Tag.
We're gonna have to find a different name for it.
I know. But just let me have it for the series.
It's fine, yeah, we'll keep it for now. Eventually we'll come up with something. Hampers tapping away, alright. Calm even in the 1 versus 4. Always good to see. But probably not going to be able to do more damage after this. Just only 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that I'm assuming this is a save call with his HP. He doesn't really have a whole lot of money to get flush with utility. A couple flashbangs is all he needs with a smoke already, and he's actually even picked up 1 flashbang. So I imagine you keep this AK in hand if you're Hampus, so that next round you still have something that can take guns away from Astralis. Not a great likelihood that you'll find a decent enough duel with 16 health in this round. This battle, uncomfortable. That took a while. That wasn't one of the cleaner fights you'll see in professional Counter-Strike, but he still gets the job done. Yeah, he's giggling too. He's just like, I should have been dead way before that.
Yeah. I think Glaive was on flashbang assist for all 3 kills there. The 2 for Lucky and the one that Blame F got as well. So Glaive was busy tossing nades into the sky when all that was happening. Probably made it a bit uncomfortable for NIP as well. Going to save the AK there on Hampus, and we're going to go into the next round. But already Astralis answering back, and like you mentioned, not just winning the round, but also saving a fair few of those M4s.
Yeah, 3 of them kept alive. So full investment from NIP. They have the AK-47 on Hampus from the previous round. Plopsky on the Scout, Tech 9, Deagle, Mac 10. Got diversity in this buy from NIP. Nade tossed out towards top mid. Rez is going to eat a little bit of it, but not too much. 4 players lined up towards the B halls while Rez messes around here in middle.
Yeah, hoping for a deagle to open it with anything, especially if you can get that catwalk player for the actual B explosion.
Here we go, it's coming right now.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
They're lining up the nades in B halls.
Yeah, Conflict's walking into the middle as well. If he walks into Rez and Rez wins that fight, it's going to be so huge, but he's actually walked down. Conflict is right up behind him, basically, up on the catwalk, so there could have been a chance there for a bit of an opening. Sit instead goes down. Conflict turns, but there's Rez up on the bench. That is so well played. And he takes down Conflict. That's the bomb site defense wiped out.
Yeah, well, actually, what a cool way to eliminate Conflict. He turns to help out at the B bomb site, and Rez jumps up on the bench. That's actually beautiful. This is a tough retake for Astralis now. Do they want to go for it, is the question. They've got 2 kits. They've got a Molotov and a flashbang. And they're coming. They're coming for it.
Feels so risky to try and go. Gun barrel, I think, showing there. Plopsky jumping down. He wants to avoid it. It's just the Scout. He's doing a little bit of damage, but not enough here. Fuzzy with the 1 return. Lucky goes down. S-Tag will take down Blamef. I think the game is up here for Glaive. They don't need to fight him. They just need to stay alive and hide from it. Nice shot to get the headshot there, but he can't penetrate the wall back there. And S-Tag, he will win the round by simply staying alive. Well, up until the bomb, at least. NIP 10-9. They lose everything, though.
Yeah, but that's a great win for NIP. Remember, they invested everything they had. They had a very busted buy. This AK-47 did its job. Gave you the entry. Rez does his job in mid. Gets you the trade on catwalk. Ooh, and a little bit of a... Blamef has been shooting his teammates quite a bit today. He's got 2 team kills. He's just shot his teammate in the back of the head on the retake. He needs some extra hours at the sports psychologist.
I feel like it's on them to move out of his way.
Okay.
They need to teach the other people to just keep some distance, you know?
I see. Well, Blamef had an M4, and it's no longer in play. Config has picked it up, but no armor. But with the US keys, actually, he can be pretty dangerous. Ooh, Zip can't find a kill. That could have been interesting. Damage. Yeah, decent damage, but you need the frag at that point, and NIP is going to get up to 11.
Lucky hanging around with the P250, waiting out the round. NIP 11-9. I mean, it is starting to look pretty good. Especially if they can keep Astralis' economy in this weird position for a long time.
Yeah, the limbo that they've had it in, especially with just capitalizing and busting their economy in the previous round. That's a really, really painful force buy for Astralis to lose.
Shout out to Rez on some level too, because he had that great 8-0 start, and then he really got slowed down in that A-bomb side, and he's back up to 21 right now, playing a really good game. It's cool to see that he didn't completely fall off the map once he faced some challenges over there on the CT side.
Yeah, 21 kills on Rez, 15 on S-Attack, 13 on Fuzi and Hampus each. Other side of the coin, it's 15 on Blame F, 13 on Lucky, 12 on Config. For the Astralis top 3. Now we've got a 2-round lead for the Ninjas, trying to take us to a 3rd map.
It's very cool if they could. I believe Nuke is the final map, which is
Could be spicy.
that for sure would be very interesting. I would actually love to see that. But Astralis probably hoping to close this 1 and 2. UMP picked up on Blame F. Getting a bit more utility behind that buy. Dangerous move for Lucky. Be real careful about that. Bomb has dropped pretty far back, but they've got some mid-control right now in IP. See what they can do with it. Smoke being traded in the middle there. Lucky's thinking about it. Boost over on the other side. This can actually be a very, very good move. Hard to read if you're coming around the corner there. Rez, he's still aware, and even with the Galil, able to pick up the kill on the config. That's so cool. Oh, and
my lord.
Classic timing. Holding that angle for a while, and just as he moves away, he's going to go down. NIP well on their way to a 12th round here.
I think they heard you, Anders. I think they heard you say that you didn't really have a whole lot of faith. You didn't feel like they were going to take it. They've been spectacular on this T side. This is now going to be 5-1 in the 6 rounds that we've played.
The counter curse is coming out. Why not?
Hampus has had a couple of those entries, both of them on Zip, of just walking in B halls and finding a headshot with an AK-47.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job. End of the round as well. Close where he started. 12-9 in their favor, and that's the money once again wiped out for NIP. For Astralis. They can't really buy much. Maybe they could do like some pistols here, but gonna get ugly quickly. By the way, we do have another whole 2 best of 3s coming up for the rest of the day, so
yeah,
they put in Gambit up playing obviously in G2 and Vitality later on.
This is like an appetizer.
It is.
Yeah, you guys, this is a long day. Buckle in.
It's gonna be good.
Get some food ready. Some snacks. Hampus.
Some of that stew you were talking about earlier.
Hampus spotted Config jumping out of the window, but obviously he's disappeared since then. Stack at the A-bomb site. Oh. Astralis is licking their chops. This is perfect for what Astralis want.
Hampus, you said he's made a couple of openings. He's trying again. Almost kissing Blame F in the smoke. And he was not ready for that. Deagle's out. He's going to get another kill there. But it leaves Config on his own. So still worth the trades here for NIP. Making a lot of noise. They know where he is. And I think he's maybe trying to find a gun in there. Not going to happen. Rez will take him down. 13-9. As NIP now well on their way.
Well, yeah, this is the moment for Astralis. If you want to get into this second half, it better start right now, and then you better go on a run, and you better have some convincing victories to keep the money in your favor. Even coming into this stack, not enough could be done. Too much utility from NIP.
What a replay from Vozy. That trade is... He got dinked to spin around and still get a double. That's actually really cool.
Timeout Astralis. Heading into round 23.
What's a good gamer snack to you, Jason? Said people need to make snacks for the rest of the day.
I enjoy fruit.
You're one of these people who's been preaching about the frozen grapes thing.
Frozen grapes is legit.
Who started it? I feel like, is it Potter? I think Potter mentioned it to me first.
Jane got me into it.
Okay. So,
Let's go!
So maybe that's something for people to try. Frozen. Apparently, it's
now full disclosure. If you are going to go the frozen grape route very quickly before this round starts, make sure you're also drinking water while you do it, because the acidity of the grapes can eat away at your enamel. I've been told by my dentist.
Okay, so there we go. Got some nice tips for you guys. If you put the grapes in the freezer right now, they're going to be ready for second best of 3. Yeah. Do it! Config taking down Hampus, who otherwise has been good on the openings. Config can also AWP.
Config can do everything.
Yeah, he really can.
Yeah, there he is. Second kill right through the smoke. That's Plopsky. And Zip is going to handle that position well. This is exactly what Astralis needs. Not only a round win, but they've got 5 players surviving for the moment. Now it's about preserving. Back away, get patient. You can let these guys get into the bomb site. Just play it smart. Don't lose the weapons. And S-Tag's the last one left. You know they have grapes now that are flavored like cotton candy?
Has science come too far?
I've had them. They actually do taste like cotton candy. It's weird.
I did not know that.
It's delicious, but weird.
I knew there was still hope for humanity. That actually does.
I mean, after we figured out seedless watermelons, there's really only one place to go.
That's true. Yeah, where the some huge upgrades. All right, we don't get nearly enough of this kind of good news. I'm happy to hear it.
It's good to have some positive headlines every once in a while, isn't it?
Yeah. Cotton candy grapes.
Double-digit score for Astralis, just 3 rounds back now, and all 5 players surviving is even of more importance. So no chance for NIP to get a quick reset and have an easier time of things.
They have to keep Astralis down right now, NIP. I know it's 13 to 10, it's still looking pretty good, but you look at the economy on the NIP side, it's not like they have the luxury of just giving up a couple of rounds here. I mean, Astralis can bounce back in this game really swiftly if NIP fumble just a bit here.
BlameF dropped a real... Ooh, Hampus is going to go for it again. This time it's an Optrin in the position. We just talked about that. He's gotten 2 kills making that exact play, so it makes sense he'd go back to it, but this time it's Glaive just chilling. BlameF threw that really deep smoke and underpass, and I'm wondering what kind of information that would pass over to NIP, because then he just bailed out and got out of danger in mid.
Did they know about Glaive's AWP from the previous round? Did they know it was a double AWP already?
I am not sure. I didn't keep track of that.
Because Config got a couple of kills. I'm not sure if they actually know. So
they
maybe
might not have. Yeah.
Could have been that they got fooled by that. Alright, 4 and 5.
Well, they know now.
Yeah, the worst possible way. Config again. Bit of an off angle, even though maybe you expect someone to hold this early in the round, but I feel like at 40 seconds, you're probably not thinking about it. Oh, actually could have maybe been a straight kill there. Rez has taken out BlameF. Oh, this is such an interesting round now. That one miss could actually do a lot. Molotov to force him back if they can. But no, that Molotov failed. Where does he even go? Up on the scaffolding? What's happening? 25 seconds and a 3 versus 4 NIP. They still find that kill. And Fozy with the shot on Zip. Lucky coming up from behind the bomb site. And he's able to get just the 1 here. Glaive, he's got the bomb trapped behind there, but the flashbang to set it up. Fozy, could he find a 3rd kill to secure it? He gets 1, and there's the follow-up. Fozy will save NIP with just 5 seconds left. He couldn't, if he'd missed that shot, he could no longer plant the bomb. NIP at 14.
Oh, what a ridiculous round, and I think, well, let's just put this in the category of rounds that Astralis is getting. Oh, what a small amount of config showing. What a great sequence from Fuzzy. This is crazy. He's just saved them, bailed NIP out in the round, an immediate response back into a double up setup, but I think this will be like the 3rd or 4th round from this map alone that Astralis feels like they had the advantage and let it slip away.
Yeah, definitely feels that way. BlameF fighting in the middle. Hampus flashed in and jumping right behind the smoke, but it was too much on the other side. Sip playing it close. Oh, he's almost got it, and yep, he will see Fozy this time. Not going to be any miracle plays coming out from him. And double for Sip, and he spins around. Calling in Rez is there, and it's pretty much an all-in for NIP at this point. Rez will get a couple of kills, but he's on his own. We'll have to try and ace this round if he wants to win it, which he is capable of. He's got 27 kills after all, so there is a slight chance here. The jump over, shooting mid-air, that's crazy! Could have been a double spray, but it is not. It will be instead Astralis to pick up an 11th round.
Yep, keeping it alive, just 3 rounds back now. And that is the benefit of having that initial win with the double up setup, all 5 players surviving. They can still manage a very powerful buy. And they also change up the defense. This time it's Zip close up to A ramp with the M4. You had Glaive posted in B with the AWP the entire time. They didn't have to cheat a 2nd player over there. Astralis going to try and make this small comeback happen. Right here at the end. NIP, I think, out of money. So Astralis is going to get an easy one, a little bit of breathing room for him against what should be mostly pistols.
14-11. Still is scary when you run out of money this late in the game.
Remember as well, this is for elimination this series. NIP must win this map to avoid that here. and take us to nuke. If Astralis obviously can close this one out in 2-0, they send it packing. Huge consequences for all these mistakes from here on out.
Yeah, you don't want to be dropping the ball this late. 14-11, just 2 more rounds for NIP, and they at least secure that third map. BlameF back again. He did this last round, beat Hampus to the punch, and managed to win that fight. This time, not going to get any challenges. They have some deagles, though. Alright, quick exchange. No one dies. And BlameF's still hanging around. He's got Config behind him, covering the underpass, so he just wants to play aggressively.
It's a lot of bodies, though, that are going to stream out in mid if they do commit here. I don't know if BlameF is going to be able to handle this, especially if there's any utility. How do they go for this? Here comes the swing. BlameF waiting for the first hit. They line up. Oh, it's so perfect for him. They lined up exactly the way he needed. Double kill for BlameF is massive.
And Config holding this the whole time. He was sure that someone was going to be wrapping around from that side. Not the case, but Glaive is now at a deep angle here. Hampus, how does he win this fight with the eagle of all weapons? Well, actually, if he had a grenade out, maybe that would do it. But instead, it's Glaive to pick it up, and that really does neutralize the threat from NIP in this round. 2 versus 4, very unlikely you could do anything here.
And both Glaive and, well, Glaive is now zoned on Catwalk. Zip was there as well. Spots the leg, but doesn't land the shot, actually. It's Glaive who takes damage and is forced back. Still, if you're NIP, S-Tag and Fuzi, they don't really have anywhere to go. Trying to mask the footstep of jumping into the window by breaking the vents. But they're boxed in, and they've only got 17 seconds left. They're gonna fight for it, though. Legit. Missed shot from Config. Still 1 player on the site, and that's the bomb down. Round would have been over no matter what happened at A. 14-12.
Ooh, this is...
And NIP bought late into that timeout that they called, so this is the round where they have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is such a good lineup for him. Very fortunate. And again, it's probably one of those positions where if it's early on in the round, you could guess that maybe someone would have been pushing, but when it's that late, for someone to still be that far top mid on the CT side, it's just uncommon. 27th round now. NIP with the Glocks across the board. Down in the underpass, alright. Going to be doubling down on BlameF, and eventually they take him down. But otherwise, it's going to be Astralis bringing it back to 13-14. Good stuff right here on the Danish side. And starting to get a bit scary now for NIP, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5 going to Astralis. And these past 5 rounds are when the double up setup has been in play. This late switch into it. We say late switch, but the economy for Astralis has been so weird throughout this game. It felt like that's really the only defense they really had a chance of bringing up. When they finally got money, it was like switch right into it. Here we go.
Damn.
I'm curious to see, this is a couple rounds now, NIP has spotted Glaive starting the round out at the B bomb site. I wonder if they're avoiding B for that point, for that fact.
BlameF has got 24 kills, almost catching up with Rez. Glaive really able to pick that one up. I feel like they just need one more good opening for Hampus, and you know, the job is done. Or Fozy, as the case may be, taking down Config. 22
kills on him. What a great game he's playing at the moment. Ooh, Mirage is going to get so spicy. 3 rounds left. Lucky playing behind the smoke, but Astralis' defense is set up to crunch in towards mid. They need this kill. They need the trade on Rez. They need to use whatever utility they can to find this frag. Molotov forces him into the open. Bombs back in T-spawn. So it doesn't matter that Hampus and S-Tag are here. 1 for 1 from Lucky, and we're in a 2-on-2.
So weird. Yeah, they have the bomb site, but no bomb with which to actually win the round. Oh, but running Glaive. It's been heard. Plopsky, he knows, and that's a free kill. Well done. And how could Glaive have guessed that? They have the bomb site. Of course he's expecting for the final 2 players to actually be on A and Sip. Walks around the corner. S-Tag there to catch him. It's 15-13. NIP, they win it back in spite of a lot of pressure in that middle part of the map. Wow.
I like this. I like this setup from Astralis, like lining everyone up and just saying we need to at least have the information or eliminate that part of the attack. I don't think it was nearly as successful as they would have liked, not as clean as they would have liked, but yeah, that's the cincher in the 2-on-2. No reason for Glaive to expect someone to just be chilling in T-spawn. One final chance, but the double op setup is back again. Glaive and Config with that. Glaive's gonna head over towards the B bomb site. Config inside the window and currently smoked out. Esatag and Hampus working ramp. They might come through that smoke.
Yeah, you want to be really careful about that. Blamef flashed in for a bit of a peek there. Hampus waiting over at that A ramp. He's walked through it now. They're going to run into Lucky, and he'll pick up one of them. Good trade for Estag, but Sip close enough by. Some nades being thrown at the palace, but no one is there. And Glaive is covering this deep angle towards the B hallway. Such a great position to have when everyone else is at A.
And remember, it's mostly been Hampus who's kind of been at this bomb site and had that little bit of a duel with Glaive and spotted Glaive out a couple times. Plopsky hasn't seen the way Glaive has enjoyed playing this side of the map just yet. Bomb in Esatag's hands is going to meet up with him, and it looks like Uzi's going to join in a little bit late, or him and Rez will put together a split up catwalk, but Glaive wants to know what's happening, and he's got one smoke down. He can get away, and that's going to put a stop to any plans NIP had.
And Rez walking in. There's 3 different angles for him to cover, and he's not going to be able to look at all of them at once. Oh, this could end up in overtime. The money's not that good for NIP either. S-Tag and Fozy, 2-on-4. They need a big mistake for Astralis, and they're not going to get one right here. Glaive has been very competent with this AWP. Finding a double kill, sees the gun barrel. Alright. He is so quick, Fozy. It's actually really cool to see. That should have probably been the end of the round already, but I don't think there's anything to do now. He will go down to Sip. It's 14-15. Astralis looking to get into that overtime.
5-2 in the last 7. And as you mentioned it, the tough part for NIP is you're trying to win now with absolutely no money whatsoever. It's going to be a force buy of what you can. 1 AK-47 is on the board. Everything else is going to be Tech 9s and Deagles against a well-kitted Astralis. Round 30. It's overtime or a third map.
A lot of pressure on them. And looks like they want to change the pace themselves. Maybe try and go for something quick here. Molotov to slow it down a bit, but I mean, you can smoke that out and just go for it, explode through if you wanted to. Sip was alone here for a minute. He's now got Glaive with him. Config could rotate back in. They could have a pretty good triangular setup here. Astralis for the defense, but the flashes are good so far. Sip, he can't see it. They don't know that he's there. And finally, he's going to get a kill. Glaive has fallen in the meantime, and they're going to find Sip as well. 3-on-3, and so far so good. Config, he gets tagged as well, and he can't make it in there. Now it's Lucky and Blamef, 2-on-3, and NIP, I can't believe they put this together. There is a flank coming in. Blamef walking up behind him, but they should not have been able to get into that bomb site, maybe even at all. But the flashers did their job, and the smokes as well, finding nearly the kill on S-Tag, but he stays alive. Lucky making a bit of noise, and he's going to try and cross against Plopsky. He's already down low, and there's the headshot. That's working real well at the moment. It's a Hampus kill at the end, and it's 16-14 as NIP will bring us on to new.
What a round from Plopsky to save the day and keep NIP fighting in this series. A great mirage from NIP, and for Astralis, still questions on the map, but a desperate victory. And now we have Nuke. One of these teams is going home after the break.